The forensic science course is a course about utilizing scientific knowledge in order to solve crimes. So our overall goal is to, if it is to solve crimes, we have to present the students with crimes, which is what we do. We do crime scenes here. We cover things such as fingerprinting, geology, physical science, chemistry, soil science, the science of glass, the science of hair and fibers. So there's an awful lot to the course, but it's more an application course than a content course. So the expectations are that we have the content already covered prior to coming here as a junior or senior, and then you're going to apply it. So oftentimes students realize for the first time why it was that they covered a certain content, and now they're actually applying it. So the labs might include things when it comes down to murder scenes. So the first one that we do oftentimes is things like, is this an accident or is there some form of malpractice? Or, is this an accident or is this in fact murder? One of the first things that a forensic psychologist or a forensic scientist would have to do, would be to actually determine what kind of crime has actually been committed and if in fact it is a crime. Oftentimes we investigate things as a crime and then come to find out that it's an accident. So things like car accidents certainly fall under forensic science, but it's not that exciting. In the past, we tried to do things like basic robberies and bank robberies and things like that, and we always found that the students weren't as interested in those kinds of crimes. So we stuck to murder scenes because the gore, the macabre is far more entertaining in the grand scheme of things. Our last topic in forensics is oftentimes organized crime, where we try to get the kids to understand that something like a RICO Act or an organized crime investigation oftentimes requires a whole lot more inductive reasoning, where you're putting the various pieces together and realizing that if A equals B and B equals C, then A has to equal C, to put it in a mathematical term. But students would have to determine who the quote-unquote godfather is or who the serial killer is, and that's oftentimes their final project, is to put together a case for the prosecution, including evidence and a summary of what they believe happened and what they can prove rather than what they think happened. So all forensic science is based off of what you can prove and not what you think. Oftentimes we know so-and-so did the crime, we just can't prove it.